Hi there and welcome back, friends of a thoughtful gaming experience. This is your host Emmanuel Ken, and we're back to explore the underbelly in this Let's Play and Explore Torment Tides of Numenera Early Access Patch 1. We've just talked to the mapper and he's given us a hint where the Styra's lair is found, where we can find maybe a way to help the rogue Styra, and where we also may find Matkina if we tell him the location of the secret hideout of the changing god. Did you see all the blood over there? Someone must kill the 100 people. What's the jagged dream? Those men over there keep talking about it. Oh, a jagged dream? Let's talk to these paranoid men and women. You know too, don't you? You smell the corruption. Yes, the jagged dream is down here too. I see things, you know. I have special eyes. The jagged dream won't rest until Sagus is drowning in blood. There's the headless man already. The Meatmonger here. You want meat? I got meat. Let's see. This vat is filled with wriggling reptilian tails, knotted and tangled together. This thing? A swollen mass of wet, glistening muscle quivers in the vat. This thing? Hundreds of black, leathery wings flutter against each other like they're trying to escape. They grow haphazardly, one sprouting from the next. Seems to be a machine making these things. Oh, what's here? Who's here? For that matter. There's a manufacturer here. We've been there. Have we talked to Mechela yet? Let's see. Don't remember that much. And it seems like not, because we're waiting for some kind of longer time now. Oh, in a stall filled with all manner of dusty parts, connectors and strange devices, a woman tinkers with a half-assembled power source, peering at it through spectacles that have several adjustable lenses. Her long white hair is disheveled, and the skin of her thin frame is marked with small arcs and burns. She looks up curiously as you approach. Welcome to Mechela's Mechanicals. I got a bunch of broken stuff and few things that work. You want any of it? Let me know. I think shops don't work yet with patch 1. We can talk to her. Where do you get your stock? She shrugs. Trade mostly. There's an old priest named Aligon who brings me things now and then. Doesn't like to tell me where he finds them, so I don't ask. Probably from the old changing gods sanctuary, huh? I get stuff from Little Manth too, though sometimes his stuff's too hot to touch. Even a few things from the Styra, if you can believe it. You trade with the Styra? Now and then they dig up all kinds of things in those tunnels of theirs. Picky about what they trade for, though. Only want things that'll hold lightning charge, flash packs, generators, that kind of thing. Which is weird now that I think of it, cause their eggs hold a charge. Like little batteries they are. I've even converted a few of them to power things, though don't tell the Styra that. Be like using a baby for firewood in their eyes. Well, it is. Do you know a woman named Matkina? Pale skin, hard looks? Oh, I know that one. Carked and twitchy. Asked me to ken the workings of some weird old device she had. Obsessed with it. Like it was a bit of sniff and she a slave to it. Never seen the like. Nito killed me when I couldn't make it work for her. She frowns, remembering I'd have been mad, except I saw how sick she was with it. Shaking, tears, the whole lot. Sent her on her way and wished her luck. She'll need it, poor thing. Alright, so this Matkina has a problem, and she's probably not dangerous at the moment. Which is a good thing. Let me see what you have for sale. Sorry, I am all sold out. Maybe I'll have some things available tomorrow. Alright. We'll go over, talk to that butcher here, probably. let's talk to the butcher. Meatmonger, a short, solid man, stands behind a smoking grill, turning pieces of meat with a pair of grimy tongues. Sweat is pouring down his grizzled face, yet he's covered head to toe in grease, spattered clothes. His sleeves are tied at the wrists and his collar pinches his neck. Nearby are 3 large vats that are filled with living meat, great amorphous masses of it, with appendages growing from them like the limbs of animals drowning in a meat swamp. The first vat is filled with thick, throbbing muscles, red and raw. The second is a flapping monstrosity of black leathery wings. And the third sprouts hundreds of lark tails, all wiggling obscenely. The cook looks up from his work and gives you a sweaty smile. "Hey ho, I'm Merc, the Meatmonger. What will you have?" Month Pa said that I should pay you a visit. Good old Month. He'll get a shin for that next time I see him. Maybe it'll keep him on the straight. What kind of meat do you sell? He laughs and bangs the grill with his tongues, making sizzling grease fly. 3 kinds, friend. Anine, treble, and lark. Right in those vats, actually. You want some? Yeah. Well, I'd like to buy some meat. Sure, what would you like? Anine, shank, treble wing, lark tail. I'd like an anine shank, please. That'll be 2 shins. Oh, let's try this. Muke nods, saunters over to the vat of red, throbbing muscles and carves off a slice. He spares the meat with a sharpened bone skewer and slaps it onto his grill, sprinkling it with a flurry of spices. When the meat is cooked, he hands you the skewer and you take a bite. The meat is gamey and a little tough, but the spices are so intense that you hardly notice. That's the forks ate that 3 times a day, Muke winks. Wish more of them could give my treble wings a try, but it's their loss, hey? Take another bite of the anine meat, trying to get a sense of the flavor that lies beneath the heavy spice. Its taste summons a welter of memories. You've eaten anine flesh before, perhaps many times. It evokes a vague sense of desperation, of a vast ruined landscape, detonations erupting around you, scavenging the bodies of fallen beasts for food. You realize that it isn't one memory, but many lifetimes, perhaps, in a hellscape of war. The memories fade. Let's try another meat. Give me a treble wing, thanks. That'll be 2 shins, and we'll pay him. Good choice. Muke produces a jagged knife and saws one of the black leathery wings from the fluttering mass and tosses it onto his grill. It flaps weakly for a few moments, then lies still. An aroma like sweet baking fruit begins to rise from stiffening wing. After a short time, Muke lifts it from the grill with a pair of tongs and hands it to you. You take a bite. The wing is crunchy and sweet, with a rich and fruity taste. Good, eh? Nobody believes it till they try. Muke grins and slaps his belly. I eat 'em all day long. Keeps me trim and handsome. And let's buy the last kind of meat as well. Anine shank, treble wing, lark tail. I'll try a lark tail. That'll be 2 shins and we pay him. He shrugs, giving you a dubious look. With a quick motion of his hand, Muke tears 2 wriggling lark tails from the vat, twists them together and ties them into a heart-like shape. Then he drops them on the grill, where they begin to sizzle and spit. As they cook, the green and white color grows brighter and more intense. After a short while, Muke takes them from the grill and hands them to you. Somehow the tails are still wriggling as you take a tentative bite. The meat is flaky, overly sweet, and it fizzes in your mouth like bubbly water. Muke shakes his head. Kids love those things, can't stand them myself. Now, first, let's talk about Matkina again. I'm looking for a Jack named Matkina. Pale skin, hard looks, wears a hood. He notes, know her well. Buys from me all the time. Haven't seen her in a while, though. You might ask Mapper over there by the shanties. He'll be the one with the maps on his skin. Keeps track of everybody. I've never seen meat grown in a vat before. How does it work? How, he shrugs, couldn't tell you. Found a little doodad back when I was a butcher, and I'd fiddle with it all day long, kinda like I do now with my tongs. He waves the tongs around to show you what he means. So one day I was fiddling with this thing while cutting up a carcass, and it kept growing back its missing parts. Cut the tail off, and there it was again, a moment later. Crazy, right? But it gave me an idea. I could open a little grill with no overhead. And it worked. Been cooking the same 3 hunks of flesh for years now. He beams. Oh man, that's creepy. But interesting from a scientific standpoint. Can you use your doodad on yourself? Funny you should ask. Not long after I found it, I cut myself pretty good. Thought I'd try using my doodad to close up the wound. Well, it worked, but then I started growing toes over all my body. Didn't care for that at all, so never did it again. Still trying to get rid of the toes. Alright, that's really strange. Did you say you have toes growing all over your body? Hey, we all got our problems, and I got it better than most around here. Ain't my fault anyway. Well, I guess it's a little bit my fault. Why are you all bundled up like that? On account of the toes. Nobody wants to see a man with toes growing all over his body. Especially if he's cooking their food. Not even people in the underbelly got strong enough stomachs for that. Oh, thank you and farewell. The toe man. Right, now I've changed my mind. I want to go over to Folsom now. That we see that Matkina is not at all dangerous anymore, probably. We can talk to the man who knows her quite well. The grisly crime scene is blocked by Folsom and his levies. They conduct their investigation. There's a crime scene and a strange symbol. Maybe we'll talk to the underbelly thugs. You're out of your turd, Tiny.